Hey class, we are going to start setting up for our real animation video. And before I do, I just wanted to point out that if this stuff is pretty confusing for you and you're still not understanding, we did this back when you did your walk cycle for pose to pose animation. There's a really detailed list of setting up your project point by point. Okay, so I'm going to open up just a regular video file in Photoshop. Video file meaning I go to the Film and Video tab, Create. And once I do, you want to select the Create Video Timeline. If you're not seeing this timeline on the bottom, you can open it from your Windows panel. So I'm going to click Create Video Timeline, and you notice it creates a layer. Okay, look in your Layers panel, and you'll also see that layer. Okay, these always communicate the same thing. So if I have a layer here, it's going to be in my layers panel as well. Okay, this is going to be your background layer. So you want this to be your background. Okay. Now, audio track, that's for adding audio. So we'll learn a little bit more about that later. Right now, it looks like my video is super tiny. So notice this little small mountain versus big mountain button here, slider. I can zoom all the way in and zoom all the way out. And if I zoom all the way in, I'll notice that I'll go to 10 frames and it's not a second. I need it to be 10 frames per second. So changing my frames per second means I don't have to draw quite as many images. Right now it defaults to 29.97. I need you guys to put 10 and select OK. All right, so that's my background layer. You can now see if you go to 10 frames per second, it now says 1 second right there. So that's how you can verify that you are correct. For this project, there is a minimum of 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to just use my scrubber down here, clicking my left mouse button and scrub that all the way to as 10 seconds. Okay, it stopped at 5 seconds, so it looks like my end here is at 5 seconds. So I'm going to see if I can double that. Let's see, 6 seconds. Okay, I'm going to zoom out and make this go a lot quicker. Okay, 10 seconds is right here. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's at that 10-second mark, so I'm going to zoom in and set that to 10 seconds. All right, this isn't necessary. This is just the minimum. So if you go past 10 seconds, you're good. But a lot of people render their video at the end and they don't pay attention to how long their animation is. And so they have a lot of dead animation at the end of their video, which is just not organized and neat. All right, so now that I have my background, I can start animating. Now the background layer, you notice, doesn't have an icon here. It's called a static layer, meaning it's not going to move. So for instance, if I drew some mountains here in the background, and I drew some mountains, it's not going to move through my animation. So now I'm going to add a video layer on top. Okay, so I'm going to go to Layer, Video Layers, New Blank Video Layer. All right, here's my video layer. It defaults to the same size of 10 seconds, but now there is an icon in that layers panel and it has a little, film kind of icon. That's indicating that it's a animation layer, a video layer. So this is where I'll be doing my animation. All right, so this is where I can start drawing and noticing the animation can change every second. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, that's the difference between static and video layers. Do your animation on a video layer, everything that's staying still on a background layer, or a static layer.